What is up, traders? What's up, everybody? Stefano, everybody's here. Kimberly, Elias, Wes, Tom, my man, PK, Jonathan, Ed. Thank you guys for showing up. We're going to do this right now. So basically, everything's doing what it does. We got some bullish movement coming off of the Bitcoin right now. And we're going to look at all these pairs over here. So it's probably going to be a pretty good long stream. So I hope you guys are prepared and ready to rock and roll. So let's start off with Bitcoin, but let's do it with the Bitcoin first. Basically, I have these levels set right here. First level is this 1 hour level right here at 46,238, spot 49. That seems to be holding price right now. So let's go down into an hourly real quick, just to basically show you why I watch these levels and why I'm trying to teach you guys how to analyze charts like this. Basically, if you can simplify your trading or your analysis, then you won't get like paralysis by analysis trying to overcomplicate these things. It's really as simple as this 1 hour bearish candle has basically caught price, and you can see that you got a nice little bounce off of that area. Now, you did take out this hourly structure, but on an 8 hour time frame, we really haven't done much. Not yet. So if like excuse me, if I hover my cursor over these two candles right here that made the higher close, like this bullish candle, and then I'll just drop a line on there for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Nope, not right there, right there. You can see how that basically caught that bullish candle right into it, and it closed right on it. That is how you find support and resistance, ladies and gentlemen, just like that. And I'm not going way out in, well, you can't go way out on price on Bitcoin because you're trading at all-time highs almost. So, but essentially that is how you find support and resistance. And you can basically see how this works. With candle bodies, it tells you everything you need to know. We came up into this area. We even took out this wick high, which if you follow my channel, you know this is what we target for profits. Boom, smoke that down. All right. And then that 1 hour structure came in, caught price. You got a nice little bounce off of it, but it's not doing much. And if you look at this bearish candle right here, unfortunately, you have closed lower than these two candles, which that right there, until you get a closure below, is your near term support. That is near term, meaning right now. All right. That is your support, and it has been broken. So when will this level be invalidated, or when will our decision? Well, let me say it like this. So basically, since we got an 8 hour closure below this support level, I'm looking for this candle to come back down. So it's going to come up here, possibly find resistance from this bullish candle right here. If buyers are able to get this candle to close above the high of this bearish candle, then this basically this break and close below will be a trap. And that's basically how traps are formed. So right now it's looking like this thing is just going up to retest and wants to come lower. It's trading in a range, and we were expecting this out of Bitcoin. All right. We had this two little leg, or this is actually one leg, but you did get consolidation here and a little bit here before you push down. So you can count that as two legs if you want. I'm looking for price to come down here. I'm obviously lower than that 4 hour. Now, this is the old all-time high, but the main level that I'm looking for support test is 39,266. It doesn't mean that it has to go down there. It does not mean that at all. And right now we're trading in this range. So this right here, until you close an 8 hour above that, is your top end of your range, and down all the way down here is your low end of the range. So you can take trades with inside of this range, but as you can see right now, currently you are in basically the middle of it. So I try to avoid trading in the middle of ranges. If you want to take trades on the outsides of the ranges, those are the best places in my opinion, but you just don't know what's going to happen. So Right now, Bitcoin's range bound, and it's range bound between $50,854 and it's range bound from $43,089. So you got a little less, about $7,000, a little less than $7,000 range. So there's really nothing to do right here. I do like the fact that we came down and we caught support and had a small little bounce. So that's constructive. But like I said, you're not doing anything until you get a closure above this bearish candle. This bearish candle is right now, it is controlling the market, because as of right now, this very point in time, sellers are looking at this as a win because we have a closure below the support level. So if you're not able to get back up and close above that, then they're going to sell that, and they're going to try to touch back down here at this 1 hour level. So we did get a nice little bullish pop though. Let's go into Stellar. So long term on Bitcoin, I'm still a bull. I buy red weekly candles. So I bought some here last week or on Sunday, and like I always buy weekly candles. The fact that this weekly candle came down to roughly the midpoint of this bullish candle right here, that's pretty good. This weekly candle right here is going to end tomorrow. So there wasn't a very strong bullish push. You did get up in there, but you've since retraced. And right now you're trading right at the close of this bullish candle and the open of this bullish candle. So a closure above that would be good. However, I'm not looking for this to carry anything. I'm looking for Bitcoin to trade range bound for another week or so and possibly head a little bit lower. A little bit lower would be good. It would be good. I know people don't want it to go lower, but unfortunately with these things, it's got to go lower. Since you had the nasty breakout, or the nice breakout, not nasty, but it was nasty if you're a short seller. But since you've had that, you've only had 3 weekly red closes. That's parabolic almost. So yeah, a couple weeks of price chop in this range is going to be good. It's going to be constructive. As long as you're not closing a weekly candle below this 39,266 level. That is a daily level, obviously, but it's still, you don't want to see any weekly closures below that. Anything below that, then maybe Bitcoin's heading lower. But as of right now, it's still bullish. It's extremely bullish and constructive. Like I said, it's range bound. So if you're looking for entries to add to your existing long positions, you can look for entries lower than where it is currently if you're looking to get long. If you're looking for short entries, I don't know what you're doing, because this thing is bullish. This is absolutely healthy. It's healthy. I would have loved to see that closure over that, but we didn't get it. So in the meantime, this down here is your next level to catch this 8-hour swing. So this is your swing up. You've come lower. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. So I'm not going to be bothered. Apologies. So this is your 8-hour market structure level at 44420 spot 56. All right. So a push down into that area and a hold is good. Be a good spot to look for entries if you're looking to add to your long positions. Let me see what's going on in the comments real quick, everybody, if you don't mind. Justin Parker, what's up? What's up, Gene? Dave Beacon, Atif, everybody. Mick Daster, love that name. Henry Chang, Frizz Dogs, everybody, what's happening? Thank you guys for being here. JMC afternoon, everyone. It's night here, Ireland. Nice. Ireland's a beautiful country. It's beautiful. It's getting ready to be dark here in Florida. All right, so let's move on, because once again, just in case you just showed up, if you're looking for bullish entries, you want to see a test at 44420 spot 56. You definitely want to see an 8-hour closure above that level. A wick through it is okay. A closure above it is good. As long as you're trading with closes above that level, you could add to your position, in my opinion. This is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. All right, so moving on to ETH. ETH has got a bigger, stronger push, and this looks really good on ETH. So this is your, I don't know what this is. Let's get rid of it. This is your last resistance area right here. You can see it was tested multiple times, and then you failed. You did close below this swing low right here. but then you pushed out of it and you are now testing this area. Now you did take out this high, which is absolutely fabulous, but we wait on closures. You got 1 hour to close on this candle. If this candle closes above 1601 spot 94, which is this level, that's good. It's very, very good. It's very constructive and very bullish. Now, longer term, like not longer term, but from this push lower, sellers are going to be looking at this as a selling opportunity because it's making sort of like a bearish pennant pattern or a bear flag or whatever you want to call your little patterns. But as long as you're closing, when you're taking out market structures to the upside with closing candles, it's absolutely bullish. It doesn't matter to me that this looks like a bear flag or whatever. Will sellers re-engage? Absolutely. But we have to wait and see who wins. You know what I mean? You made your low way down here. You closed below this level, and then you popped up out of there, and then you came back down and retested. Nothing. All right? You did get that closure. I'm sure we can find something. We go into a smaller area like this right here. I guarantee you there is an hourly market structure within this, which is what caught these wicks. So we will go look. That's a 30-minute. Let's go see what we got. All right. There's your last hourly bearish candle before you pushed up out of the area. So it looks like it was looking at this right here. So they front ran that. They jumped in with all these hourly closes. Come on, Trading View. All right, there we go. It does not want to cooperate. So you got all these closures right here at this level. You can see that you wick down in that beautifully. Touch, 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 higher touch, and now you're moving up. So obviously this was bought. They were looking like, oh, can't get below there, so let's get on it. They got on it. Now you are moving higher. You took out this high, which is good. It's all beautiful. ETH looks constructive. ETH looks good. So a bearish push down to 1601.94. As long as you're staying closing above that level, you're good to go. I mean, this thing's looking like it wants to test this wick up here. Let's get rid of this line as it is useless. Looks like the target for this push up is going to be that wick at 1714 even, dead even. And then you're going to have to fight with this resistance level right here. So you do have some resistance. So if you're looking to take a bullish entry, it would be nice to let it just go ahead and push up on into this area and then retrace. On that retracement, as long as it forms the higher low support, then you can look for bullish entries. All right, targeting that 1733 area if you wish, if you so choose. It's looking good. ETH's looking good. I like it. It's still range bound until you get an 8-hour closure above this. But it's constructive. You are currently trying to take this level out right here. So I'm loving it. Loving it. ETH is going up first, says Patrick. Yeah, it's definitely more bullish than Bitcoin on this current 8-hour candle. I would have to agree with you. It looks good. It looks phenomenal. All right, so let's go look at Stellar. All right, so, let's go back to the XBT chart. This is just Bitcoin for any new traders. This is just Bitcoin versus the dollar on Kraken. So basically this lower blue line down here, I just tacked a trend line from this candle right here to the high and to this candle's high. Then I cloned that trend line and I brought it down here to this low. That's all this line is, to see if Bitcoin comes back down to this area, and you're going to have a little bit of something there, possibly to catch some support. So basically that's all that was. Stellar is trading in this range since last week. We put these levels in last week. This was your bearish candle right here for support, hold. You have tested it, and currently you're working your way back down to test it again. Then we put this level in as that was going to be the area for resistance. You can see that it absolutely has held, and you're moving lower. So you are trading within this range. This is price discovery. A closure below 0.381135 could indicate that you're going down here to test this support at 36.0340. An 8-hour closure above 435.067. You're going to be moving higher, and you're going to be testing that level right there. So you're basically in a range, and if you're looking to buy Stellar or looking to add to any positions, wait for it to test this level down here, and don't just buy it there. Make sure that it holds support. All right. You've seen very many. I have shown you many different charts of how it looks when support or resistance is being held or tested. So you definitely want to wait for that. Wicks below, closes above. That means it is holding. Currently, it's just trading in a range. So on .USD looks good. .USD hasn't even tested its ascending trend line yet. It looked like it was going to when we were down here. Got a nice bullish push out of there, but unfortunately, you have made a lower high. Until you take out this high, this is just a lower high. But it's still constructive as you're moving up. You are now currently testing an area as support. So let's go see what it's testing. Looks like it's testing this 4-hour bearish candle right here. That's what it looks like it's testing. That level is 32,000 or 32 spot million zeros. So just call it 32. $32. Testing it, holding it. It's looking okay. The fact that you came back in and you tested again and you closed lower than all these candles means that there's probably going to be a test on the other side of this level. So basically what that means is these candles are probably going to roll over and head lower. But as long as it's closing above, it's still good in my opinion. Because if this area holds as support, you will have your higher low support. So just in the sake of this range right here, you have made a higher high. So if this area holds as support, you will have your lower or higher low support and targeting this wick up here. I think these things are probably getting ready to head up. Some of them look really good. Evening Heath, as an exercise, can you check DIA USDT hour chart? Broke out of its resistance. What are you looking for to confirm the breakout? I will check that for you here in just a little bit. Let's add that to the chart. DIA. Oh yeah, Poloniex or Binance? We'll look at it on Binance. Not a big fan of Poloniex. All right, so Algorand is it's just trading range bound. Algorand is trading range bound. You got a higher closure up here than this level here, but this is a 4-hour chart. Let's go see what we did on an 8-hour because yeah, it's constructive. You did get your higher close up here. Got your higher close. 4-hour. Yeah, I'll check it out for you. I will, I promise. You got your higher close on an 8-hour. You closed above this level right here. So that's good. Are we making a higher low support right now? Could be. This is an old level right here. So this is going to be your most relevant level. This last bearish candle here before the actual push up. You can see it caught this one perfectly. So a closure on this 8-hour candle above this bearish candle would be absolutely phenomenal. So you want to watch that on Algorand. Compound looks really good. Compound had a big bounce out of here. You already have major higher low support and you're trading away. So yeah, man, this thing's been killing it lately. And it was trading down to range bound like everything else, but this is a big strong push. This thing, you got your higher close. This was your resistance right here, and you've obviously taken that out on a closing basis many times. You're trading back up into that area right now. So I'm looking at this to head higher, looking at this to go higher. That's Compound. The targets, the near-term target is just this wick high, but the ultimate target is obviously this high, which is the high. So we'll see what happens on Compound this week. I don't want to take a trade on Compound up here, but a test down here to 455, which is just this bearish candle, would be great. Would be great as long as you're not closing an 8-hour candle below that. We can get rid of this as this is your breakout, retest, and now you're working on resumption. So essentially, if you're following the C.T.M methodology, once this candle tested your old resistance as now new support, once you took out this bearish candle's high on this candle, that was your C.T.M entry. Stop would have been right under these wicks, and you're in good shape. So basically a push back down into this bearish candle, because this was the candle that held. As long as you're not closing below that level at 454.32, be looking for bullish entries targeting this wick high for the very near term. Ultimately, throughout the rest of the week, or for the new week tomorrow, be looking for 573 to be tested at some point. Balancer got a nice strong push, just like ETH, so that's looking good. It looks almost exactly like ETH. So this was your last bearish candle. You got that push above on this one right here, and then you came back in and tested it. That was the buying opportunity, and you can see that now with this big strong bullish push. If you can if you could stay closing above this bullish candle's closing price up here at 41.040, it's going to be very, very good, very constructive. So any push lower down here, specifically 38.02, would be an area to look for bullish entries. All right. It's not financial advice. I would be using this bearish candle's low as stop placement if I was going to enter that trade. Uni is killing it. You can see this level right here held flawlessly. We came back down into it. We didn't even quite test it, but that's your level. And then boom, it's moved out of there nice and strong. So this is absolutely phenomenal. You've already retested this area twice. Boom, boom. So another test of it, as long as it's holding and not closing below these two candles, would be bullish still. Now, if you get an 8-hour closure below this level right here and you're testing this, that would be not so good as your close is closer to that level. It's still not bad. I mean, this thing is absolutely bullish, but this is basically still trading range bound until you break this resistance up here. You've got your support down here. It has been basically put in. So that's golden. So now you need to find higher low support. Where will that happen? We don't know. Let's go find a smaller time frame to see if we can find an untested level. Right here is an untested level. So anything pushed down into there for like a wick down into 23.0497 will be looked at as a buying opportunity, because you will be smoking these stops and you're making higher highs, higher lows in this push up. Longer term, you have not made a higher high, obviously, but you are making higher lows. All right. That's good. That's constructive, but you can't buy it up here. You wait for pullbacks to this level at 26.065 or this level down here, 23.049. I guess we'll look at Doge. Doge ain't doing nothing. Doge is ridiculous. It's not doing anything. There was some news on Doge. Damn it, who was it? They said they were going to accept Doge. I believe it was Tesla, if I'm mistaken. Someone said they were going to accept Doge. I don't know why anybody would accept this thing as payment. It's, oh man, it's just, I mean, yeah, since that FOMO pop, it's been trading sideways. You're losing a lot of steam on this thing. So a big move is possible for this thing, up or down. I'm not sure, but just make sure you're being safe if you're trying to trade this thing, because I'm sure if it's going to head lower, you're going to take out all of these stops. Just sideways, I just don't like it. But that's what a lot of cryptos do. And then the XBT looks even worse. I mean, these are 4-hour candles and there's literally no volume trading inside of it. So leave this alone, or you're going to possibly get one of those nasty Bart wicks like on Kraken the other day with ETH. So Cardano is looking all right. We did take out this trend line, but it's okay. I took a trade on, where is it versus Bitcoin? It's not on there. Here, let me just go over here to Kraken real quick, so that way I don't have to add it. Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. All right, so I took a trade on this morning, and I took it off because I took it up here earlier oh no, it was this. No, I'm on a 4-hour. Let me go to an hourly. Sorry. Yeah, I took it up here. All right, when we came into this right here, we were holding. Let me stretch it out. We were holding. We had a wick down, and then as soon as we turned green, I took my entry and I had to stop right below that wick. Now, when it pushed up here, it wasn't even a 1% trade at that point. And then the very next hourly candle gapped down lower and came down and smoked me out of the trade. So I'm no longer in that thing. These things are a little bit more tricky to trade than Forex. They don't have any liquidity. So, but I ultimately on this. Oh, there we go. I know my charts are probably going to be blurry to everybody. Heath, you've enlightened my TA. My perception of the market is completely different now. Thank you. You are welcome, Jonathan. It is my pleasure. It is my pleasure. Oh, yes, that's right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Mark Cuban. I wrote that. I wrote it in the Discord this morning, but a lot of stuff has been happening that I couldn't remember that to save my life. But yes, the Mavericks Stadium is going to be accepting Doge. Thank you for that correction. Yeah, that is so funny to me. They're just trying to get that thing pumped hard. That is pumponomics right there. We're going to accept Doge. All right, back to Cardano USD. So naturally, that's your Kraken wick right there. That thing was ungodly, terrible. Stopped a lot of people out. A lot of people got hurt on it. But if you're going to play in this game, you have to be expecting things like that. As of right now, this is your market structure level at 1.075448 right here. This bearish candle before the bullish push, that area is holding as support still. Now, we did get our bullish bounce off of the level, but you can see immediately that was sold into. You didn't even come up here and test your bearish structure right here. So like if you were looking to short, you would have been waiting for that area at 1.22 to be tested. They didn't even wait on that. They just smoked it right here. And you're already coming back into this level and test it. So you did close a little bit higher. I mean, a little bit lower than these two candles. Okay, so I'm looking for this to test it again, but with an actual wick through the level. I don't want to see a closure below it. If you get a closure below it, then I have to assume it's coming down here to 97,131. But that's on an 8-hour. I'm sure we can find something on a smaller time frame. Not really. This is your 2-hour, but it was tested right here. So, yep, that's your last untested area. And you can see that it was tested on this 2-hour, but that's all right. That's all right. It hasn't been tested on basically the major time frame. So that's only if we close below this level. All right. That's it. If we close below that level, then I will be looking for that to come into play. Obviously, there's support right here too at 1.017887. So yeah, this area right here, if you fail here, what I want to see is a bullish close above this resistance. All right. That would be constructive, but you still got to fight with this. So range bound for now. Into Tuesday, we'll reassess what this thing is doing and see what's happening. See, usually when you have news on any asset, it's usually sell the news. So you buy the rumor, which is probably what all this was, testing its main net. And then once the actual thing happened, then it's sell the news. Excuse me. But this isn't vicious selling. Like this is minor selling. It's almost like pullback. It's not even selling pressure. You're still holding a slight uptrend as far as if you want to put a trend line, it's going to have tons of wicks through it. So that's why I got rid of it. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it here. If I'm going to buy it, I want to buy it down here. If it holds here though, and we start making higher highs, then I will look to enter again. All right. I will look to enter it again. I am not afraid of losing trades, guys. You can't be either. Do you give more chance for deeper correction? I'd much rather have a deeper correction. Absolutely. Yes. The reason is all right, let me go back to the chart. The reason is because, all right, let me show you. So anybody that got long here, all right, or even here, anybody that's long here, their stop was under here. They've probably moved it up with a trailing stop. So basically, this is where all the stops are. So a deeper correction would stop all those people out and then would put enough liquidity in the market for people to either sell into or buy into. So if it's going to reverse the market, it's a bullish trend, and it's still a bullish trend. But as of right now, the selling has the aggressiveness. So there's more aggressive selling than buying because price is heading lower. So yes, I love deeper tests to take out the stops once you get down there, and then possibly what could happen is you'd have a big wick from that area. Would be a good strong signal. Basically, look for the market to hurt whoever it can be hurt the first, essentially. So yeah, you got stops on both sides of this range right now, and you have to figure out where about are more stops. So I'm assuming that people are buying this, but it's not strong, not yet. You got to get closes. These two bullish candles, they only took out this one candle. We need closes up in this area for it to be basically, and then you look for your bullish opportunity. I'm having a hard time explaining that, but yeah, you don't want to buy it like in the middle of the range. You wait for it to break out, show bullishness, and then you buy pullbacks. But yeah, a big deep correction in there would be a nice area for buying opportunity. Absolutely. Would love it. Ave did basically the same thing. You put in a low right here. All right. And there's your candle. You wicked into it there. And then this is now your near-term support. Once you've taken that out and you built in new support, this is it right here now. All right. So you're looking for, if anything happens down here at 312, it's going to be looked at as a buying opportunity as long as you're not closing 8-hour candles below these candles. If you're wicking down below them, it's okay. As long as you're closing above, yeah, I'll be all over that. That's what I look for every single day. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a winning trade. It just that gives you the opportunity for it to turn into one. You know what I mean? So that's what we're looking for. This is already a higher low support. All right, because you made this low, you took out these highs. So here's your higher high sell off, which is not a sell off, it's a retracement back into this old area of support or old resistance, new support, right? Test, and you're moving higher. So looks like they've already bought it. Can't enter here because it can turn around. If you make another higher high, then you know, hey, I like this. I want to look for a buying opportunity. So any more pullbacks into this area or this bullish candle, preferably, if you get up in here, pull back into that level would be the buying opportunity, because it looks like this is your first leg of a potential correct or a potential bullish push. And that's how you look for trades entries. You want to buy these higher low supports. All right. So Ave's looking constructive right now. It looks like it's trying to give people an opportunity. There's people buying in all these candles, but you want to look for the higher probable areas to buy. The higher probable areas to buy, once you make a higher high and a higher low, wait for another higher high and then buy that higher low in anticipation for the near-term trend to continue. Dot is, man, this thing is strong. This thing is strong. Nasty wick. Came down major low, and you've already made another higher high. So this thing isn't even pulling back like the other cryptos. It's still going. Right here is the level that it's testing right now at 679. Now, this is DOT versus Bitcoin. Apologies if I didn't make that clear, but DOT versus Bitcoin, 67900. It's this bearish candle right here. This is what you're testing right now. All right. Don't want to see a closure below that level. Your next one is right below it. However, 66063. This is your support right here. Support. Boom. So push down into that area. There will be people buying that. So it's looking strong. It's looking good. This is just a pullback. You took out this high, this high. You're just making higher highs and higher lows. I mean, this is absolutely could be the opportunity right now, staring you in the face. But I don't like to buy assets this high because it's been on an absolute tear. So you're buying at highs, but if they're going to continue higher, it's an opportunity. Link USD Link USD's not looking as good. You did make a higher high. You are working on this right now, but you've been trading sideways underneath that level. It's an old level, but it is treating it as resistance right now. So if you put it under the actual area that is going to be serving as resistance, it's 28.52. So yeah, this might have been it though. Let's see where this candle closes. If this candle closes higher than these candles right here, especially higher than this bullish close, that's going to be good, and you can look for a possible resistance break. So then a retest of that area would be a good opportunity if you're looking for near-term trades. If you're looking to buy and hold any of these things, then most of them are in pretty decent areas if you're a hodler, if you like to hold on to these investments. But just keep in mind that a lot of these things are going to Bitcoin's going to dictate what happens to a lot of these things. Link versus Bitcoin, it's very, very illiquid. Very, very illiquid. I don't like to see gaps on 8-hour candles like that, and that's not because of any closure. It's just that's how illiquid it is. I'd say it's probably dishes and dashes on a 5-minute. Yeah, it is, exactly. Yuck. That's so disgusting. So I'm not going to mess with that until more traders get in it. All right, because you take a chance on stuff like this happening, just whoop, straight down, smoking everything. BNB, Binance Coin. So you got your bounce off of your old area right here. I'm not going to go into a smaller time frame. You can see it just simply right there. All right, that little candle, that is your area. If you go into a 4-hour, there's probably a bearish close there. So boom, perfect test, 195.371. You had a bounce, a nice higher bounce, but you didn't take out this area. All right, so this is your resistance for this market right there, 257.34. So you're trading range bound. As long as you're trading above this level at 209. So let's get rid of this right here. As long as you're trading above 209.79, that's good. And you are. So a test into that area and a hold would be good. All right. That's all I'm going to say about it. I can't trade this. All right. So you can, if you can, then watch for support hold at 209.795. I don't believe it's just going to take off from here. I will expect a test of that area. This has got a lot of liquidity in it still. So your 30-minute candles look good, nice and full. There's no gappage, but you can see that you've been trading in this range for a while. Sellers are going to re-engage as soon as it gets back up into those wicks up here. They're going to re-engage that, especially because you got a lower close on this bearish candle. All right, you took out this candle, this candle, and this candle with that close. So any push up into this bearish candle's opening price up here is going to be sold into. All right, so wait for this test down here. 209.795, and that's on BNB coin. And I already did all those. Let's go look at DAI, USDT. Let me go out on a weekly or a monthly real quick. All right. All right, so there's your weekly market structure. You closed below it, and you're testing this candle's midpoint. All right. So basically, you got a close above all of this, which is good. So as long as you're closing above this right here, that's good. That's good. This is your weekly area. So what I do basically is I just boom. That way I can just look at the chart and know exactly what the line is right there. That tells me that's the weekly. So you can see here how it came down into it. You didn't get a beautiful, perfect close. There it is. There it is. Your beautiful, perfect close right on that bearish candle. Boom, boom. So let's see what happens here. I don't expect it to just go on up and take this out, but anything's possible. That's a little bit of momentum right there. On an 8-hour, you are on your RSI, you are above 50. Bullish control zone. Yeah, could be an area to look for buying opportunity on DAI. I don't trade this either. Yeah, it looks okay. It looks okay. Obviously, this is your resistance way up here, so there is a tradable range there. All right, because once you left that area, you never went back to test it. It looks like that's what's trying to happen here. So this is this candle, next candle, see what happens on the next candle. I don't trust this candle. Your next bearish candle, as long as, like I said, wick through and then a close above, that would be pretty good and nice and constructive. All right, so let me go look at some of these comments. Kimberly Wood, my shameless plug for you to help me look at NOIA BTC. I got an entry a couple weeks ago. Absolutely, I'll take a look at it for you. I don't know what this is. On Uniswap or KuCoin. You didn't say that. All right, we'll look at this on this one. I don't know where your entry is. A couple weeks ago. Let's look at a weekly. Nice. This is a week. This is this week. Last week, if you entered on this weekly candle, you're in good shape. It's fairly new. Pump, dump, though. I don't like that. That's not. I hate when charts do that. What would be constructive is if this thing would have caught support, like on this bearish close or on this bearish candle right here, caught support and then start moving higher. But you just pumped and then you dumped. You got a weekly close there and you're working on a second weekly close. There is nothing to do on the weekly. So you go into your 8-hour or daily. Here is your last daily bearish candle once you trade it away from the level. That's the important thing. You don't just look at any bearish candle to get your level, which obviously none of these are going to give it to you because it's range bound, but your last bearish candle before price traded away. So there's orders sitting down here ready to buy, looking for lower or higher low support. So the first area is 1929. We'll just call it that, 1929808. It can't close below there though. So maybe this is your area. This is absolutely the area it's testing right now. Wick through, wick through, wick through, but you haven't closed below that level yet. And that's a valid level. This is your untested level, though. All this has been tested. So if you get down there, it'd be a good opportunity, in my opinion. And always mitigate your risk. That doesn't mean it'll work. Like I said, even though I trade all the time, I trade for a living, I don't know that my trades are going to work out, guys. If you're new and you're just starting to do this and you're wondering, how did he know that it was going to work? I didn't. I do this. How I'm teaching you how to look for these levels, and basically I watch for wicks through and closes above, and then I have to, boom, take my trades. Forex is different though. Forex has a lot more liquidity in it, and it's, you know, you can get really, really technical on Forex. Stefano helping out the crew. Appreciate it, Stefano. ETH is going up first. Yes, yeah, I read that. Cardano, we looked at. Evening ETH as an exercise, looked at that. What are you looking for to confirm a breakout? Closing. Closures above specific levels. Like this is your resistance. All right. Once you had that daily closure above, that's your breakout. And you never did come back and retest that either. So you're going to get a test of that level way before you ever come into that daily level. So you could look for that as an area of support. If you close below this and then take this out, this is your next level. It's a guarantee, almost a guaranteed fact. That's why I love this style, because once you start taking out levels, then you go back up and you retest those levels. That's when sellers re-engage the market. And that's why this strategy works so good, because you're just ping-ponging around these levels until whoever gets more aggressive, that's when price gets moving. I'm in live in Aussie. What is up, Australia? Maddie H. Must be a night owl. Dude, it's literally 5:44 p.m. here in Florida, my man. Yeah, it's 5:44 p.m. It's not dark yet, so that's weird. would you do would you do Avalanche and Gaff if you get a chance, please? Absolutely. Uh, let's see. I don't know the ticker for Avalanche and Gaff graph. Let's just try typing it out. KuCoin FTX. Let's look at a KuCoin. Oh, it's got 2 days worth of price action. 2 days. All right, let's see what we got. You're trading in a range. there's there's nothing to do. All right, so here's your support level right here. Not that. There's not much liquidity in it because you got gappy hourly candles. I don't like gappy hourly candles, but there's your support at 23.958. As long as you're not closing an hourly candle below that level, it's possibly heading higher. As soon as you start to get an hourly closure below that, you're going lower. And unfortunately, I can't get any more levels out of that. I guarantee you it's probably one candle even on a 5-minute. And it is. See, there's nothing. Yeah, watch 23.958. That's your only support level. That's it. That's it. That's your first one made. You tested it. You moved higher, but you're fighting with this right here. This is what you're fighting with. So, yeah, there's not much liquidity in it. That's your level. And graph. It's on KuCoin as well. This one's got a lot more data. All right, so you put in a low. This is a daily time frame. Put in a low. This is going to be your first area right here. 1.68983. Not exactly that level. Sorry, that level. 1.676. 1.676. A test of that level and a closure above on a daily time frame is a good area. Beautiful, actually. You did get a higher close on your daily, so you took out these two candles with this bullish candle and this bullish candle. So you're trading back into that area, but it's okay. It looks like they're testing this right here, but I mean, technically it is an area, but yeah, it's already been tested 3 times. This has not. Look for that area to be tested. Like I said, as long as you're not closing a daily below that, you're in good shape. Let's go see what we got on 8 hour. 8 hours a little lower. 4 hour. 4 hours a big candle, and I don't like that range, but it's just a little lower too. So anywhere from like say 157 to 167, as long as you're maintaining closures above that range of price, might be a good area to look for bullish entries. Hope that helps. Oh, I'm beating the mic up. Apologies. Bitcoin dominance in a decisive spot. It was. I haven't looked at it. Where are we at? I think I have it on this. I have it on something. Maybe I put it on the Kraken. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, took out that trend line on a 4-hour closing basis. But this thing is not tradable. It's important that you understand that. So there is nobody trading this actual asset. It's made up of all the other market caps, but you did take out that. And it looks like it's traded. You know what I mean? The way it's acting, boom, doom, 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 took that out. So look for alts to pump. As long as Bitcoin dominance is heading lower, alts will pump. Liking that. So now I'm especially looking for that ADA position. Where are we at on ADA XBT right now? Oh, see that? That's such garbage. Bastard. We're holding a level. Holding a level. All right, on that 4-hour candle gets taken out, I'm re-entering this position. Any test back down to 2,300, I'm going to look to get long this again, especially with that Bitcoin dominance heading lower. Cuban. Yep, Mark Cuban. Yep, thank you guys so much. I'm way back on the comments. Heath even lied my. Oh, I already read that. Yep, thank you very much. I'm glad I can help. The whole reason I put the YouTube channel is together was to help the C.T.M community and anybody else that wants to learn from my style of trading. I use it every single day. It's I use it very successfully. Heath, would you be willing to look at an energy web? Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Newman. Let's go check it out. EWT USD T Ucoin, and I'll look at it on Kraken too. Yeah, it looks fantastic. So you're trading up on highs, which is good. I don't know if anything else has this higher, but on this data feed, you're trading above that. So it's golden. Once you broke out above it, you came back in, you retested it. Big, strong, bullish push on a daily time frame. That might have been, let me see. I can't find where it found support right there. It's a smaller time frame. There's liquidity in this thing. There's more liquidity in this than some of your other bigger ones. So this is the area right here that caused support all the way down to a 15-minute time frame. And it's currently heading higher. All right, so yeah, it looks bullish. It looks like it's moving higher. Let's see if we can find something. I don't know what you're looking to do with this thing. If you're looking to take a day trade on it, or if you're looking to buy and hold it. If you're looking to buy and hold it, then any pullback back down to 1450-ish area would be a good spot to add to your position. If you're holding it long term, it would be also a good spot to look for a bullish entry if you're just looking to trade it. All right, 1458 right there. Push down into that level. I'd want to see this hourly get closed above first. This swing high on hourly, you're working on it right now. If you get it closed above that level, then a push down would be a beautiful area to look for an entry, or even possibly a little bit higher. But anywhere in that area, it's definitely bullish. Don't be looking to short it. Do you give more chance for deeper correction? Yeah, I read that already too. But yes, I do. Absolutely. Shout out to WhatsApp bots. Yeah, you got to give them love, Tom. Got to give them love. I spend most of my time fighting them. I figured I'd give them a little bit of love for once. I tell you one thing, they are relentless. I was looking at some CNBC YouTube channel the other day, and they're even pretending to be CNBC WhatsApping people. It's so crazy. Relentless, man. So glad I logged on to catch this knowledge. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Appreciate you being here. It's awesome. This style of trading can change your life. It absolutely can. That's not me boasting or bragging. It's the 100% honest. Yeah, look for the market to hurt whoever it can hurt first. Yeah. The market that's what it is, man. It's a house of pain. It can either bless you with unspeakable blessings, or it can destroy you with unspeakable destruction. Knowing how to manage your risk, that gives you the edge. Heath, would you mind taking a peek at Engine Coin? It went on an absolute tear this past week. Yeah, let's go look at it. ENJ. Let's go in USD. Finance. Let's look at Finex. Not much liquidity in it. Yeah, it did. Got a big bullish push up out of there. Yeah, it looks like it's finding support on this gappy action. Though. There's not much liquidity. Be very careful on this. You could get hurt. So it's lower than that. And anything lower time frame is just going to be, yeah. All right, so look what happens when it gets down to 9473. Let's just throw a level on the chart right there. Not there. There. And then go back out of this nonsense. So that would be close to this opening price on that bullish candle. You may find support right here, but you got to start taking out these highs on a closing basis before you can look for a pullback entry to get long. You can't just buy it right now, because if you buy it right now, you're buying a falling knife. So waiting for it to actually find support, then get a higher bullish push, then on that lower push, that's when you look to scoop up some, looking for higher prices to come into play. Some people call that double top or whatever, and they look to sell lower highs. But if something's bullish like this, you're not looking to sell it, to short it, because you're going to get ran over. I don't know who this guy is right here. Hey, bro, you don't like it? You can bounce. It's that simple. I'm not going to freaking kick you out or nothing, but I don't know what you're talking about. Most of it is. Mine ain't. I can promise you that. Most of it is. Absolutely. Love the clarity. Thanks, Heath. You're welcome, Stefano. Yep. You are truly the best trading teacher on YouTube. You have helped me to understand price action, support, resistance, and how to find them. Actually find them. I'm getting there. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. I was skeptical about doing a YouTube channel because it is what it is. It's out of my element of comfort. I can tell you that right now, but I have stuff to offer. I have knowledge to offer, and it's free. You might as well take it while I can get it. I mean, these videos ain't never going anywhere though. So appreciate that. That you are the reason that I do it. The truth matters. People like you. I don't care if there's only one or two of you. You're the reason. All right. And anytime you need to ask me anything, shoot, I'll do my best to answer the question. Looking at entry on CRV USDT. Oscar, let's go look at it. CRV, like a Honda CRV USD. Kraken. Let's see what Kraken has to say about it. CRV USD looks good longer term. This is Kraken's time frame. So you got your higher bounce right now is your possible entry. Remember, this is not trading advice, not financial advice, but you're testing this right now. You broke out, you're testing it. And you even took out that bearish candle. Now, I don't like that big bearish push right there. So instead of just blindly buying it right here, right now, let it push down a little bit and then look for that to hold. All right. Because as of right now, this is coming down pretty steeply, but it is holding. It's holding multiple sessions. And I can see that my internet is absolutely disgustingly terrible because it's glitching on my end. So I apologize about that, guys. I will get that fixed. I promise. So 2.009. All right. You've got a closure below that level. So you have to wait because of that closure. If this thing closed above there, I'd be telling you to probably buy it now and put a stop down there. You know what I mean? That's what I would be doing. But this closure is what's got me spooked. If this thing would have closed above that level, you'd be game on. So down here's your untested last 8-hour structure at 1.73. That might be a good spot to look for an entry. All right. Might be. Not financial advice, but might be a good spot. Thank you so much for the super chat. Most thorough and honest crypto TA I have encountered. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. See, what I do, it's a lot of people don't like it because it's too simple. It almost looks too simple. So they jump in and they bounce or whatnot. But I'm telling you right now, you guys, you don't even understand. You will. And this stuff works. Simple is usually better. I can throw all the moving averages on this chart, put 17 trend lines on it, have 35 oscillators, every single technical analysis indicator on this chart. It is not going to tell me anything that I don't already know just by looking at near-term price and bullish and bearish closures that candles do. I mean, the candles, in my opinion, is the only thing you need. Thank you so much for the super chat, though. I appreciate it. I get time zones. There's more AVAX on Binance. I'm not sure what's going on there. Heath, you're cool. You're in Florida. Just moved here myself. Yep. Nice. Florida's. I was born and raised here. I spent a little time up north, which is where my accent comes from, West Virginia. But yeah, I was born and raised down here. So I'm a Southern boy. Love the ocean. Love the snorkel, scuba dive, go fishing, deep sea fishing. Eat snapper. That's what I love. Thanks for your time and observation. Thank you, Kimberly. This thing just glitched on me real quick. Let me go back up to where I was. There we go. Heath, can you tell me how many hours do you spend on charts daily? About 12. I used to spend a lot more time than that on them. A lot more time. That's why I can basically look at a chart in 10 or 15 minutes and decide whether or not I see anything I like. You know what I mean? Just because I've been looking at them so long, I can go through all my FX pairs every morning and see if there's nothing there, then there's nothing there. And I wait till the next day. But even with me helping you, you're still going to have to put in that chart time for yourself because there's a lot of things. The main thing is just understanding that the markets are absolutely 100% random. See, my levels, they work, but they don't have to. The market's random. The market's going to do whatever it does. The reason the levels work is because other people are looking at them. Basically, bigger people are looking at them. That's why they work. I mean, you and I, if I just bought there, it wouldn't work. The fact that financial institutions are buying there, that's why it works. That's why it works. Or selling there. So yeah, you'll get there, man. Just keep putting in the time. You'll get there, I promise. Could you check curve Dow, curve CRV? That's what I'm looking at right now on this chart. Looking at that, but maybe I somehow got skipped or this chat did something. I apologize. Enjoying the live stream always feels better when markets are showing shoots of green. I agree, my friend. I agree. Love those shoots of green. Isn't it funny how the narrative around ETH has changed so much over the last few weeks? I'm thinking Wells bought the dip and gave the go-ahead on positive news. Looking good. ETH looks good. It's definitely looking good today. Where's it at? There it is. Nope. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. That's why. There it is. Looking good. I'm liking it. I'm definitely liking it. That's a nice, strong, bullish candle. So, yep. Liking it. Now, you're going to find resistance here. It's no, but you took this out. That's the important thing. This over here matters not yet. What matters is if we get a pullback into this area right here or the old resistance, but this would be where I'd be looking for a wick too. Boom. Then, if the buyers reinitiate their positions there, then I would be looking for this level to get taken out. That would be my target. All right. But it looks good. Looks good. It looks constructive. You have a higher low. You have a higher high. Yep. Looks good. Loving it. What's up, Charlie Brown? Thank you for being here. Appreciate everybody. Thank you guys so much. All your comments are very nice. Heartfelt. I appreciate them. Thank you so much. Wes, you rock. You rock, my friend. Are you in a long-term position at Bitcoin at the moment? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been buying Bitcoin for a couple years. I don't trade Bitcoin. I trade Forex and stocks options, and I now trade on Kraken, but I'm trading against Bitcoin. Basically, what I'm trying to do is just stack stats. You know what I mean? I'm just looking to gain Satoshis, trading against it, but usually I'm trading in the same direction as, the Bitcoin position. I buy every time we get a red weekly candle. On the close of that candle, I buy. And I've been buying like that for years. So I re-added some there. Now I'm not buying with big, huge portions of position. I'm just throwing a little cash here, a little cash there, just trying to accumulate the position, make the position bigger, because I believe the same thing most everybody else believes, that Bitcoin's going way higher, way higher. I think Bitcoin's going to shock everybody. I really do. This thing is just the way people are just throwing money into this thing, like billions of dollars. They're betting on their careers that this thing's going higher. So I want to be on that side of the trade. Absolutely, I buy it. And absolutely, I'm in a position. Possible to take a glance at Bitcoin USD. Yeah, we're looking at it right now. So the near term, this is what I'm looking for. Like I said, this is just like kind of this range. I just threw that trend line down here. The trend line is cloned from this upper trend line. that I just took from this high and that high. And then I just cloned that line and threw it down here, and I just screwed it up. I just threw it down here on that low right there. Boom. That's it. So my levels that I'm watching currently on Bitcoin, we did put in a higher low since we bounced out of here. All right. But we did not close on a higher close. This level, you did over this, obviously. So this swing high here, you've closed above that and you retested it and you pushed higher, but you came back down into that. So I'm looking for an area for it to find support. I just don't know what's going to happen. So since you closed lower than this little area right here, what is up with you? I've clicked that thing 4 times. Give it to me. I want it. So since you got that close right there, but you've already taken out the high, so it's probably going to go higher. It's probably going to go higher. You can go in a smaller time frame and possibly look for bullish entries. Look for this thing to go higher. I expect it to test 50839, 50839, because that is your resistance. You can see it clearly. You know what I mean? Boom. Wick, but closes below. So that is the resistance. And as long as you're not, taking this area out, you're going up. It's bullish. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Near term on Bitcoin, but you are in the middle of the range. So let me show you basically what I'm talking about. Let me just clear everything. Oh, no, clear everything I said. Boom. All right. So look at it like this. This impulse leg up. All right. This is just one candle on a higher time frame, like maybe a 3-day. It is beautiful. All right. So there is your impulse up. One candle. So you could take the midpoint of that candle by using your fib tool, just like that. Boom. See that 50 level right there at 46,436? That's an area of support for the 3-day for that one candle. On an 8-hour, this move up looks like a bunch of candles, but you're actually only testing the midpoint of this push up. All right. It's all fractal. Doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at. It's all fractal. So right now it's finding support, and it could have found it by the looks of this bullish candle. So this bullish 8-hour session candle is going to be vital where it closes. Like I said, the reason closes are so important is because I've literally been watching candles waiting on closes, and then in the last 3 minutes totally changed the whole thing. Like just completely reverse and move lower and take out the low of the last 8-hour candle on the last 5 minutes of price. That's how it works. They're trying to fake you out as much as possible. And the more complicated you make your trading, the easier it is going to be for it to complicate or to be complicated to you. But right now it looks good. Bitcoin's looking good. ETH BTC. Yeah, I'll absolutely take a look at ETH BTC for you, my man. Should be right there. Boom. Look at that. See that? I've been telling you guys since last Saturday. This I like down here. Looking for a bullish entry. There it is. See? It works. And I took it from this candle right here. That last bearish candle. I haven't moved it. This down here, the purple line, is just the last closing price before price pushed up out of that area. So that is your traditional support and resistance, so to speak, or the last support level. So that's why I had these two white lines on the chart. This push down below and close below that level was a fake out for me, and it stopped me out still. All right, because I took it here when we were consolidating right here. I was like, this thing's moving higher, so I'm not even going to go down there. Boom, took me out of the trade. Boom, immediately reversed back out of the area. This push down was your entry. That is your buy. Once you do this, that's your entry. Boom, stop below the low. That low, you're in good shape. All right, that's how I trade. Here, let me do this real quick, because I didn't take any trades last week in FX except one on Friday. Thursday night, I put out a video saying that I was looking for Euro Yen or Euro Swiss to roll over. Both of those assets are very bullish, but since the risk off tones were coming into the market, and since the Swiss franc and the Japanese yen are both extremely weak, but the SPY S&P 500 is weak, if risk off is going to be a thing, if the markets are going to head lower, then Swiss or yen or both will catch a bid. So I got short right here on this push up. Boom. There's my level. You can see that's a 5-minute level. I go deep into these things. Got that push up, entered. Boom. Nice trade. Took off profits once the low of the day was taken out, and I will leave the rest on to see what happens. Now, what I do not like is this 8-hour candle closed above this right here, and I do not like that. If this thing is going to continue to be weak, I would have much rather seen that closure below, but it's okay as my stop is set to break even. It was already a profitable trade, and I will continue to look to sell any pops in price on this asset only if there's going to continue to be a risk off tone in the markets for the week to come. It's very important that you understand that. See, I think the S&P 500 and everything else is just pulling back. Everybody else is the one that's calling gloom and doom. This thing is done. It's over. Well, no, it's not, because the Japanese yen isn't catching a bid. The Swiss franc isn't catching a bid. So it's not risk off. This is just a pullback. If the Swiss franc and Japanese yen start to catch a bid and this thing keeps going lower, yeah, then we need a position for that. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about the rant. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. So Bitcoin's correction. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Country roads take me home. Yeah. On Theta. Yeah. All right. I was just catching up on the chat. Theta. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I haven't looked at it. Let's look at it for Binance. Oh, it's looking good, man. That's a strong push. So, yeah, that was your level. You got yourself a bear trap even, and then see ya. All right, so here's your bearish candle, last bearish candle. You even tested it a couple times, but then you traded away, came back into it, tested it, got a closure there below and a closure there below. See ya. So everybody was faked out. I would have been faked out on that. Boom. That big move is because so many people were caught offsides, because they, like me, would have been on the wrong side of this trade. And that's why, right there, look at this. There's your area to get short. Once you push down, you made your lower close. Any push back up into this bullish candle is your short. Everybody got short right there. Boom. If they didn't take profits and move their stop to break even like I would have, out of there. And then that buying pressure, just those stops got triggered. A lot of people, these stops got triggered. You just more. Boom, boom, boom. That was a massive squeeze. It was a beautiful squeeze. Beautiful. You have taken out the high of this bearish candle. So see where this thing closes. This is your level that you're currently testing. You didn't test it perfectly, but that's your level. 3.78. Tested that. See what happens here. And then you can go into a smaller time frame, find an area to look for a support test. Like here, for instance, 3.92. Push down into that. As long as you don't close an hourly below it, that's your entry. Targeting this wick over here. All right. Your TA is excellent. Can you please just look at Sushi, Uni, and USDT? I looked at Uni. I will look at it again, though. I don't mind. Let's go look. You want it versus Tether? I didn't see it versus anything else. Tether. Nope. All right. So this is Binance. Oh, this is an hourly. Get off the hourly. Come on, man. So you're ranging, but you're ranging on highs. This is your last low. You haven't been back there since you made it on a closing basis. So it's bullish. This is your area right here. Look for a retest at 14 spot 51. Now, this is your near-term support right now, right here. But if you're not taking out, if you don't get a closure above this up here, then they're selling this. They're looking for that to break. So this would be the area that I would want to enter. I would not want to enter here because it would be too, it just looks too, you're in the middle of the range since you broke out. All right. You did get a breakout. People were going to be looking for it to hold here and it didn't. So the sellers are more aggressive than the buyers currently. We have to wait to see where the buyers would get more aggressive. There's probably an area right here on an hourly. Not really. I mean, that it's just the support that it was made on an hourly chart is where they bought it again, but you're not getting a high bounce. See how your bounces are coming in lower? I look for that area to break. This level right here, 14 spot 51 or possibly 15. Well, it was tested. So you can look for this level first, 15 spot 20, and then look for 14 spot 51. One of those two levels to come into as support. You will get a small bounce there, in my opinion. And then Uni, yeah, Uni is strong. Uni's strong. Uni had a nice bounce out of here. This is the level we're watching on Uni, 26.065. And I don't remember why already. No, I take that back. There's nothing there. Why was that line there? Every time I move off of a chart, TradingView just like moves my lines wherever it so chooses. All right, so as long as you're above 27 spot 372, this is your last area. You have tested it twice, but you're closing well off of the area. So any push down into there, you could look for a buying up. Just targeting this high though. It's awful bullish. I would much rather it come down lower before it tries to find higher low support because that just makes the risk to reward much, much better. That's what I always wondered. Is TA like all self-fulfilling philosophy because people think it works a certain way? Never heard anyone say that. Yeah, that's exactly why it works. Because people think it works. So they put their orders there. They base their orders around whether it's a 21 EMA or whatever they see in their analysis that makes them want to put an order to buy or sell the market at that area. And the fact that technical analysis is taught broadly the same way with moving averages and trend lines and support and resistance and all that stuff, then that's why you get so many fake outs. Because if you know that that area is going to be support and resistance, then so does everybody else. So they're going to run through that. I usually target old areas like that. Like I try to find trades targeting those areas of liquidity. I look to exit my trades into those areas, basically. Yeah. And that's also the reason trends continue, guys, is because it's a lot harder to full on reverse a market. Everyone's always looking for the reversal because the reversal is so much sexier if you actually catch one. But yeah, it's an uptrend. So every time they try to sell it, like here, you get stops above there, then you break out. You go higher because those stops are getting triggered. And then the same thing. That's why trends usually continue. When a market starts to trend, it'll go a long ways. They're just rebuying reloads. But it is, yeah. Stop the cocaine and marijuana. It's killing you, bro. I don't smoke marijuana, nor do I snort cocaine, so I don't know what you're talking about. Some of you guys are funny. Bitcoin is correction likely over? No, I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, it's looking like it's trying to push higher. So you're still in a range, though. You're still in a range. It's got to get out of that range. We're talking to me. Um, I'm just reading through, making sure I didn't forget nothing. I'm in Texas. Am I correct in thinking the only way to trade crypto through TradingView is Gemini? You're using Kraken, so are you using TradingView to assess? And yeah, I use TradingView to chart with Kraken. So like, I basically look at the levels that I like on TradingView, and then I just execute the orders on Kraken. Because basically, like with TradingView, this right here, if you look, I go into Kraken, like this is all Kraken's data feed. So the levels that I make are going to be the same on Kraken, basically. That's why I plot the levels out on TradingView. I'm not familiar with Kraken's platform really. I just know how to insert the orders. So I put the orders in on Kraken, but yeah, I absolutely do my charting from TradingView. And that's basically with everything. I even chart my stocks on TradingView. I use Thinkorswim to input the orders, and Thinkorswim has a lot of technical tools and stuff. But I think TradingView's charting is just better. It's just what I'm used to because I trade forex a lot. Like I started in forex. I started in stocks, but I like forex a lot better because forex gives you the opportunity for trading 24/7. So, but I don't trade 24/7 anymore. I only trade during the New York Open because I've learned all my lessons that I needed to learn. I used to trade all hours of the day and night, but it does you no good. Does you no good. A macro analysis, yep. I look at it from the top down, top down analysis. Don't be hating on the herb. I don't know what the dude's talking about, to be honest with you. I'm not hating on it. Hey, if you like to snort coke and smoke weed, if that's your thing, who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying? I do not, though. People are funny. Trolls are gonna troll. Would we expect altcoins to pump before ETH or after? Right now, the Bitcoin dominance chart's heading lower, so yeah, I am looking for alts to pump. As long as this thing heads lower, then alts should pump. They should. Doesn't mean they will, but they should. It is absolutely heading lower. And remember, this isn't a tradable asset. This is not a tradable asset. So basically, plotting trend lines and stuff on it is almost useless. But I do it anyways, just to kind of give me heads or tails or what's up. And we did break down. You even took out this low and this low. You're working on this low. Yeah, you start pushing high, lower, making lower lows and lower highs on this asset. Alts are gonna pump. ETH is just strong. ETH is just strong. That's a nice move. We were looking for that last week. It just took until yesterday to start happening. Hello from Venezuela. What is up in Venezuela? Thank you for your support. It's invaluable. Entered a position with Adam a couple weeks ago, kind of range bound. Can you take a look at Adam? Yes, I will. Absolutely. No problemo. Adam, you said USD, right? Yeah, USD. Here's the Kraken. Yeah, it is range bound. I don't know where you entered. You said a couple weeks ago. Let's go look at the weekly. All right. So last week was red. So if you entered possibly here, maybe even down here somewhere. I don't like that weekly candle. Not this one. This one closed lower, but it's okay because that's your pullback. And you came up here and you tested this. This is your weekly resistance. All right, right here. Boom. And you tested that and got rejected. And I don't like that. And you can see that 8-hour candle snuck right up into that weekly level and closed below it. Second time, closed below it. Third time on the test, they shorted it. So yeah, you're range bound. Here is your level right here. You got this level down here as well. This is your main support. Like you don't want to see that fail. 16.66. If you lose that on an 8-hour closing basis, you're heading lower. You are range bound. There is nothing to do currently. It looks like it's trying to find support right here by 18.41. So you want to see this 8-hour candle or the next one close higher to indicate that the bulls are in control. You did get this bullish push. This could be just a retest looking to head higher. You definitely closed above this. So it's range bound, but you are currently making a higher low, possibly. Higher low. Support is where you want to look. Yep, people do. They absolutely do. Average price, Phil USD, Phil BTC. Yeah, I'm about to end it, Charlie. So get some sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Forex Weekly Outlook. Thank you for showing up, my man. I appreciate it. And JB, I will look at Phil USD for you. Absolutely. Ah, looks good. You can see that I charted this thing a while back. That was a strong push. And since you've been just range bound to down, so there was your level. Let's get rid of these lines and see. This right here is where they were selling. And they sold it. But that's okay because you found support, you traded away from the support, and then you traded away from the support. So currently in this move up, the bulls are in control. So you're looking for support. Right here is your last bullish candle. I wasn't the only one that would have bought it there. Somebody bought it there. You got an absolute beautiful wick, perfect touch. Another almost beautiful, perfect touch. So somebody's buying it here. All right. So you don't want to buy it up here. Closer to down here is the better area, but always mitigate your risk because anything can happen. If it comes back down, it would probably indicate that it's wanting to find lower area of support. It should take off from here. If it does take off from here and it finds this area as resistance and you get a pullback, then look for your smaller chart. Look for a higher low support, like around 40 spot 43. That's what I would be looking for if I was looking for a near-term entry on that. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Been on for an hour and 30 minutes almost. So thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it so much. You guys are the best community out there. I really appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Forex Weekly Outlook at the market open. I will catch you guys there. If there's anything you need to know, if I missed any comment that you put in, just make sure you drop it in the comment section below and I will answer it directly for you. Thank you guys so much. We will talk to you tomorrow. Make sure you trade safe. Make sure you trade smart. Happy trading.